Hi there, everybody. I'm Susan Knowles. I'm back again today. As you may recall, I am a former practicing California attorney, a psychotherapist. I also write articles, newsworthy and political articles of the day, and I post it at my website at Susan Knowles, that's SusanKnowles.com. I'm also an author, and you can find my book, Freedom's Fight, a Call to Remember, at Amazon.com. I wanted to talk to you today about Speaker John Boehner. And the title of what I'm talking about is it really possible to remove Speaker Boehner from his post as Speaker of the House? And I don't know if you're like me, but I've just gotten sick and tired, basically, of hearing people say, we should really remove him, we should do this, we should get him out of there, we should fire him. I've seen petition after petition going around, and I'm very frustrated because it seems like we're talking about things, but we're not taking action. And I wanted to know, can we really do something? I know we've been talking about removing him since 2011, before he was reelected in 2013. And yet nothing has been done. Now, I don't have anything personal against him. I have written a previous article about him, again, at my website at SusanKnowles.com, in regards to what changed him as a person. And I think if you go there and you read that article, you're going to find it very interesting about, what his beginnings were and where he's at now, and maybe why he is the person he is today. Kind of like the first question I wanted to ask, is should he be removed? And my response to that is absolutely, because I don't feel that he is representing the will of the people. We've seen him time and time again out playing golf with the president, crying on Nancy Pelosi's shoulders, being called into the White House only to come out, changing his whole political view that once represented the people, the GOP, and then turned around and now it represents what the president wants instead of what the people want. And I've also heard him speaking out directly and indirectly against the Tea Party and people like Ted Cruz. Now, I wanted to base this on something other than the fact of what I just read to you about why he should be removed. I also took a look at his voting record in 2013, and if you go to my article on my website, you'll see the link for that address to get this information. In 2013, in his voting record, out of 95 votes, that means that 95 issues or bills were brought forward to the House of Representatives for a vote. Out of those 95 issues, Boehner voted only 14 times. My question is, where were you the other times? I mean, was it not important enough to come in off the golf course to, to vote on some of these issues? At least, some of these issues. So, after coming up with conclusively that I feel that he does need to be removed, I wanted to know what needs to be done. What can we actually do this time instead of just talking about it? I found a manual on the House of Rules, and that was something that was in the 110th Congress. We're now in the 112th. So if these House rules haven't changed, and I don't have any indication that they have, then all that needs to happen is that one member from the House of Representatives needs to step up and say that he or she is calling for the removal of John Boehner as Speaker of the House, and on the grounds of preserving the dignity and integrity of its proceedings. And then a vacancy is then declared, and a vote must occur. Now, it's interesting to know that there was a plan that someone came up with in 2011, or I should say near 2013 when he was reelected. Somebody came up with a plan to prevent that reelection. And what they wanted to do was they wanted to have people, you need 218 votes to be elected as Speaker of the House. They were asking that only 16 people would abstain from voting, so that only 217 votes would be given to John Boehner for his reelection, which means that he would not be reelected. And clearly, this was not followed. That would have been the easy route to take. But now we are back to, what do we do now? Again, we are back to the point of circulating a petition, telling the House of Representatives we are sick and tired of John Boehner and we want him out as Speaker of the House. And then once that happens, again, somebody, some member of the House of Representatives needs to step forward and declare that John Boehner should be removed on the grounds of preserving the dignity and integrity of the proceedings, and then there will be a vacancy. My question is then, who is going to do that? I mean, I can think of 3 senators off the top of my head that would probably be very good and be willing to do that. And that would be Senator Cruz, Senator Rand Paul, and Senator Mike Lee. There's only one problem. They are senators. They're not in the House of Representatives, and therefore they cannot step up. So we're left with who is going to be strong enough, secure enough to step up and do that. And I can't come up with a name yet. So hopefully maybe you have some suggestions. You can leave a comment to this YouTube video and let me know your thoughts on that. Now, there's a danger of vacating that office of Speaker of the House. Right now, there is a Republican in the position, and if he is removed, we run the risk of having Nancy Pelosi coming back into being Speaker of the House, because we all know that she said she's going to run again. We also run the risk of having another progressive Democrat who's just as bad or worse than Nancy Pelosi taking that position as Speaker of the House. What's the likelihood of us being successful and getting Boehner removed as Speaker of the House? Well, historically, it's not very likely. I think there's only been maybe 1 speaker that has ever been removed. And we tried to do that in 1997. There was talk, as you might remember, in getting Newt Gingrich removed as Speaker of the House. But he declined to resign because he felt that if he did, then a Democrat would take his seat. So we didn't move forward in accomplishing that. So, again, it's going to be very difficult unless we can get somebody who's in the House of Representatives willing to step up, put their political career on line in order to try to get Boehner removed. Because as you know, if that person, if they're not successful and then the votes don't come through after he or she has stepped up, their political career, especially with the power that the Speaker of the House has, is essentially over. If not over, then substantially damaged. What I feel has to happen is that we have to take back the House and Senate in 2014, because only then can we even have a chance of getting somebody in as Speaker of the House who truly represents us, or who truly feels that if they don't do as we're, the will of the people, they run the risk of getting, fired and removed as Speaker of the House themselves. So get out there. Sign that petition that's going around. Tell the House of Representatives that you want Boehner gone. And if nothing else, if you can't sign the petition, get out and vote in 2014. We need to take back the House and the Senate, or we are going to be in a worse hurt than we are already. Again, please go to my website, SusanKnowles.com. Read my articles there. I'd love to hear your comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.